3, start.
Hello everyone, I'm Kalpana Margabandhu. I manage the WebSphere development in the IBM India Software Labs. I would like to welcome you to this unique space for women in technology called DeveloperEd. Through this group, our endeavor is to focus on you, the women in technology, and involve you in various activities that not only help you advance your learning and careers, but also help you integrate your professional and personal lives. There are several articles that you can expect on this group to enable and guide you to achieve your professional goals. Read the features on women just like us who have overcome their barriers to build successful careers in technology. There are several articles that will guide you to make progress at work and home and stay healthy on busy days. Participate in the webinars that will cover technical topics as well as discussions on topics that are special to women. Let's have a healthy dialogue, share and meet on a common platform. Please join us at ibm.com DeveloperEd. I welcome all the women in the developer community, in technology, and in any other technical field to join this group and be part of an empowering and uplifting program like none other. Click on the link to join and don't forget to bring your friends.
Kalpana, thank you so much for inviting members to join our group. This is a unique group for women, and we wanted to begin this group and the activity on this group with an interview from you. If you don't mind answering some questions, can I start asking you?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Had in mind. I'm sure the answers to these questions would encourage a lot of girls and a lot of women who are aspiring to build successful careers in IT. Your answers will encourage them and will also show them and guide them into following the same path that has led you to where you are today. So the first question I have from you is, could you give me could you tell us a little bit about your professional background, your family, and your interests?
Sure. I have 29 plus years of industry experience and have been with IBM for the last 19 years. So I've been with the India Software Lab since its inception in 2001, and I have played key leadership roles across functions in growing the lab to its current level. I've been born and brought up in Bangalore. I have completed my master's in engineering from the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore in 1982, after which I embarked on an 11-year career with PSI Data Systems. I joined IBM for a technical career, so I have gone through technical management, different roles, and today I manage a product development team within IBM. Family, I'm married to a chartered accountant, have a son who is 24, just starting work, and I stay with my extended family, so I have my mother-in-law staying with me, and my mother also stays close by. I like to read. I'm a main thing into reading, but as you notice, I would like to read fiction. That keeps me, that's the one that gives me a break. Also like to listen to old Hindi music and do watch movies too.
Oh, great. That's fantastic. What kind of books do you like reading? Are you reading something now?
I read quite a bit on the mystery and the thriller kind of books. I recently read a book by Mary Higgins Clark. She's one of my favorite authors.
Very interesting. So what made you choose a career in technology to begin with? Can you tell us how you guided your career to be where you are today?
Interesting. So I never had a thought of that I would be really pursuing my career in technology. I had that vision when I was doing my second year PUC, but based on the marks I went to just do my science undergrad. A chance meeting with a friend. So she was really crazy about doing engineering, and so she was trying in various ways, and she's the one who came and told me there is a postgraduate degree course in engineering in the premium Indian Institute of Science. So I said, she was applying for it, so I said, why not I also go along, because somewhere at the back of my mind, I thought, okay, I missed a chance in my PU, let me try after my BSc. That's how I applied, took the entrance test, and went and joined the Indian Institute of Science to do my BE, which is a postgrad degree. And by chance, I could not get into a job after my engineering, but great encouragement by my father, who said, master's is something you should do. So I went on to do my master's in engineering from IISc itself. So a chance.
Falling in a role which you chanced upon.
Yes, so the careers have been great, working with great people, great organizations, have great managers and team members. and always wanted to be in software development, and so have stayed in software development throughout my career, and so this is where I am.
Excellent. So how do you balance your professional and personal demands all at the same time, since you have a family and also at work you have such an important role?
I like the term we at IBM we use more like work-life integration. I don't think we can think of a work-life balance because all of us in software development work in global companies. Today we have global development teams, global customers. We have to be looking at things on how we take the balance at different times. So it is not at a particular time that you get a break. Through the day I would adjust the times when I would be taking off and what I should be doing. I also ensure that weekends, if I need to do work, I do it only late evenings. The day is kept for family. And anything important, anything that I have to be there, I ensure I'm there and I give that particular time. And IBM having the flexibility options really has worked. And great team. I think you could have all the options you have, but without having a great team with whom you can fall back upon and whom you can trust to help each other, I don't think you'll be able to do it. So I think all things put together is how I've been able to manage both my work and personal life, and of course having a great extended family who has been there for me.
That's excellent. Calling work being your extended family is a brilliant thought. That brings me to my next question. Since we have long working hours and very hectic to-do lists, at work, health tends to take a backseat due to all these commitments. What are your suggestions for staying healthy, for getting the right nutrition, and ensure that our fitness doesn't take a backseat?
So this is interesting because when we talk through our life, maybe when we are young and we are going through working children, maybe you don't get much time to really focus on your health. But one thing I have always practiced looking at my father when he was working is a routine, at least in your food. I would never skip breakfast. I don't think I can survive skipping breakfast. So I have my meals at regular intervals, and that's continued. I carry food. And so I think that has really helped me to stay, because people say I'm very busy, I can't eat my breakfast. But I think that routine and having food at regular times really makes a lot of difference, at least keeping you healthy. At the same time, I think the kind of pressure we undergo, I think we need to keep time for ourselves. And that's one thing we are not very good at. We always, whenever we have free time, we feel we should be doing something for somebody else. And that's where I said when I read, that's a time for myself. So I think I really take that break. But in the last maybe more than 10, 15 years, one thing I found is it's very necessary to be doing some form of a routine for fitness. So I used to do a lot of walking. But once I always had an interest in learning yoga and doing it. Now for the last couple of years, I ensure I get time to do my yoga. And at least it gives me a balance doing all the pranayama exercises. But I'm able to do all this because I've taken care of my home. My mother-in-law is old, so there is a cook, there is a extended help, everything that you can get, so that it gives you the time to take time and do it and eat healthy. So that's how I've followed for my routine.
So creating time for yourself, eating healthy, and adapting to some form of exercise is the key.
Yeah, so one thing I had heard somebody tell me that, like when somebody is sick at home, first ensure that you have a glass of juice, you are healthy because you are the one who can take care of others. So I think that is something we should always remember. If we are healthy, I think we can do a lot.
To make others healthy as well. Correct, that's a good thought. That brings me to my last question, Kalpana, of any advice that you would have for women who choose to pursue a career in technology. A lot of the members on this group are going to be from a lot of IT colleges for women, and they are all aspiring women in technology. What advice would you give to them?
One thing I've always felt, doing any education, whatever it is just helping us, enabling to learn. And so given our education, and as we go through our career, the experience, we have the skills to make a career and to make it successful. But the challenge for most of us is we always feel who is responsible for a career, right? And for me, I think personally, I feel we are equally responsible as a manager, as an organization, and but first and foremost, we have to decide that we want a career. I was talking to somebody recently, and I always say our tendency is to think there is family, there is children, everything, and work. I always say when you integrate that also as part of the things for you to do, it becomes much more easier for us to take it as one of the activities as part of a life. So we should not looking at it as a physical place, but looking at, like I said, state of being integrated into a regular flow of daily life. Career in technology is a great place to be today. As we see around us, lots of changes, technology being used in many places, the mobile, the way it has taken over our lives. I think you can do a lot with this. Opportunities are many. I think people should just go for it. But to do that, I think some focus on certain areas I think is very, very critical for us. So one is, we should first and foremost, when we start a career, there is a base or foundation we have to lay down. And that is where I would say the focusing on personal excellence. So we need that foundation as we grow. And other one is never be satisfied with what we know, what we have. So we should always try and learn more. Integrity plays a very key part because people rely on you and they expect that. And then I think that is the trust that you build with your teams, with your managers, with your clients, and so on. Other one is the attitude, because throughout our life, I think there will be ups and downs, and you may be wanting to do something in your career. You may have to take a back seat because something is happening in your family. But I think keeping a positive attitude, a can-do attitude, I think makes for a lot. And maintaining good relationship with people, because finally it is the people around us, like I talked about earlier, in how we balance our work and our life, and how do you get them all to integrate and work. Working with your people makes a lot of difference. And I've never hesitated to ask for help. There is nothing wrong in saying, I know this, I don't know this, I have to learn. Because you have to learn, so it's no problem asking people. Because the only way you can grow is if we keep continuously learning.
Continuous learning. Those are the words of wisdom we'll end this interview with. Thank you so much, Kalpana, for sharing your thoughts and also sharing with us how you integrate your own work and your personal life. I hope the women on this group will pick up some important tips, and I'm certain they will learn a lot from your interview. Thank you for spending the time with us today.
Thank you for this opportunity, and I hope everybody has a great time and participate. Joining is not important, but they should continue to participate in the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.